We're going to do some Lego today, which is really fun. I think I'm going to go with this scene. So if the audio goes bad again, let me know, but I think I can fix this. So this should still be good audio. We're going to use the Dwarf Fortress scene. I don't have a Lego one yet, but I thought this was appropriate. And the game that we're going to capture is... And I want you to be excited about this. Is this Bricklink Studio? Yeah, this is something called Bricklink Studio, and it's basically a piece of software that lets you build in virtual Lego, basically. It's really cool, and I haven't used it for about a decade, so I'm going to try to do it today, and there is a relevance to what we're going to do. So you control it with your mouse, and you can zoom in and out and everything, and then you can have parts and all sorts. And one of the really cool things about this software is you can import the parts in batches. So what I've done here is taken an old set. This set here, called Breezeway Cafe, is a really old Lego set that I have from... Ooh, let me just put that back. From when I was a kid. And it's a cool little set, but it's what they call a play set, which means the back is open. This is how all these old sets used to be. The back of the set is open. Oh, we've taken it through to the Lego shop, which is not helpful because you cannot buy this set. It's been out of print for about a decade. We can view the information on here. So is it going to tell me when it was released? 2002. So 23 years ago now. And this is what Lego sets used to look like in 2022. And then this is what adult Lego sets look like now. Obviously, that wasn't an adult Lego set. It was an everybody Lego set. And what I'm going to do today is take this Lego set here and try and keep it still looking retro, but make it so it doesn't look completely out of place next to some of these other kits. So we're gonna modularize it is the word I'm looking for. We're gonna take it. We're gonna make it standard size. And then after this stream, so I think this could be really fun, because after this stream I will build at some point this set for real. I've got the original, so I've got this kit somewhere in a box. We're gonna adjust it slightly, buy the parts that we need, and then we will make what we're gonna make in Bricklink Studio today. We will make in real life. That's the plan. So what I've done over the weekend is import the parts list down the side here. So I could put the set in here. So where it says Breezeway Cafe, which was the name of the original Lego set, I've imported all the pieces, and then I've built the Lego set. And what I've done as well is I've taken it. So originally, I don't know if you can see the dimensions. Originally, it was built just on one plate, but I've put it across two plates here. So I've effectively doubled the size of the base, which means we can change the sort of beer garden area at the bottom, and we can build a back. And if we need to, we can move these bottom plates. It's not easy, but we can move them around if we need to. So it's not the easiest software to work with, but it's quite fun. So we will build the back. We're going to build the back of the restaurant today. Nothing too complicated, something simple, but we'll build the back of the restaurant, and then we'll maybe do this beer garden. And then on another stream we'll go downstairs, and I'll stream on Twitch from my phone or on YouTube on my phone, one or the other, and we'll actually build it. So that's the plan. So let's see if we can find a fence. Oh, I think this changes the colour, doesn't it? Yes, this changes the colour, so we can make that red. And then when we grab one of these fences, we can see it's going to match, which is great. I think the fences are a pretty important part of this build. So we're going to be needing quite a lot of these. Because the ideal is that I can move all of these parts over into a separate list, and then I know what parts I've added to the kit. It's gonna be an interesting learning session for us. Connect. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So we just click the bottom connection and the top connection. Can you see that they're clicking in now? That's really cool. I kind of want to put a chef in. Shall I put a chef in? And then, oh, the era of the minifigure just being a face. Can we clip him down? Surely he's needs to connect, right? Like, there we go. So he's gonna hang out there. Now, in order to make this into a modular, we definitely need to give it a bit more at the back. The question is, do we expand it? How much do we expand it? Do we just put a wall behind? Or do we build another layer out here? Like, do we make the kitchen bigger and do we kind of double the floor space? Do we double the floor space, or do I just build a wall? And there is going to be like a cost associated with this as well, like the cost of bricks. So the cheaper option is to just build a wall. And we're going to have to keep it white. So for example, if we make it wider, I think we should keep this wall the same, like single piece white wash wall. So in my mind we go 2 out on this side. Oh, what was that? That was a crazy feature. I just did something crazy and I didn't even know. What the hell did I do there? Submodule. Split. Oh, you can split and it splits it into... That's cool. Alright, I'm not going to do that. So we're going to make this wall longer. We'll need to put another pillar in here. And we'll need to make sure that that lines up. We're giving them a bigger kitchen, but I'm gonna wall this back bit off with brick. Am I gonna wall this bit off with brick too? Probably. The part of me thinks, do I get a third one of those and put it here on this side? So we've obviously got the open plan kitchen, but we start to make it a little bit... This is... But then this needs to maintain the style. To the point that I'm also going to put another one of these down. So that needs to maintain the style, but we can mix it up a little bit. So we're definitely going to put some... Oh, I don't appreciate all these stupid stickers. Okay, we don't need those. Oh, they're a project that really needs them. We need a snot brick, so we can put a bit of detailing down this side. It's called a snot brick, yeah. So a snot brick is a brick that is studs. I don't even know if it'll come up here. No. So it stands for stud not on top. So this is an example of a snot brick. Studs not on top. So what I'm going to do is put a snot brick in here, like that. And that means that we can put like some plants or something coming out of this side here. And the other brick that I want to use quite a lot of is this brick, which is a brick that definitely didn't exist in 2002, 23 years ago, because I am deranged. And I think it's going to look really cool. I think that's going to kind of allow us to add, if we kind of intersperse these bricks with the normal bricks, it's going to make it just look more it's just going to start to tie the set in a little bit more, I think, to the modern themes, while keeping it seeming close, because that's the thing, we can't push it too far. We have to keep it largely looking similar, to the point that I'm not even sure. Maybe we'll put one there, but mostly we're just going to stick to normal bricks. I've got loads of spare windows from this era of Lego, like really old windows, the old design of windows. Windows definitely scare me, but I'm wondering if like a couple of these boys here would sort of somehow tie it in. Is that crazy? You see, we can just sort of intersperse some of these windows. I'm just wondering. I'm not sure. I'm just wondering about it. Let's go back to the normal bricks. Maybe the play is the windows at the top. We could always put, because we can always put something at the back here, like a waiting room or a mural or something. I think for this to work, we need like a real mix of the different brick types. These windows are going to go like right at the top, so we've got quite a lot of layers to go. I think a nice big piece here bracing across the top would be good. I'm not sure if we should snot brick or not. I think the snot bricks along here might need to be broken up to be a bit more of a pattern, so that they look a bit more deliberate. Yes, that's the play. That to me, I know that looks like a small change, but the small changes make a lot of difference. That's going to just make that look so much more intentional across there now. Okay, cool. So that's that wall done. Now, one thing one of the problems we are going to have if we leave things as is any thing that we put around this corner is currently just going to be connected on this side, so we might have to change this pillar. My current thinking is that we pull the balcony round, but I'm not wedded to that idea right now. Before we continue with this, we need to do more work on the bottom kitchen. We've got the drink serving area, we've got the hob. We definitely need more kitchen stuff. So one of the things that maybe we could put in this foyer of this kind of Italian restaurant is a till. So maybe like in this corner we want to put a till, so people come in, they get taken to their seat, they get a till. The other thing we don't have, of course, is a staircase. So that's definitely something to think about. That you could, this could be the door into the kitchen, and then this could be the staircase. So modern modulars generally will include a staircase. If we did the staircase in a different color, we could add a little bit of depth. Could maybe make it in wood. We could have the staircase coming out of the wall, which would be interesting. That would be again a more modern building technique. Kind of building in more modern techniques with the more retro to try and create some kind of harmony here. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at a modern house for reference. We've got it, we might as well use it. So this is a modern Lego house. Sorry Frank, I'm borrowing your camera. We're going in. So, God, I do get motion sickness. So you can see the current staircase. This one's quite a steep staircase, so we could get away with a design like this maybe. I don't think we necessarily have to do the smooth stairs like they've done here. But you can see just the level of detail. I mean, modern Lego still has these like flat walls, so I don't think it's a huge issue having that down the side. But just they're just crammed with detail. And you can see even with the flat walls, the brickwork is broken up. So that's kind of what we want to start achieving, is a bit more of that depth. Anyway, let's give Frank his camera back. There we go. But if we maybe use some of the build techniques in this as an inspiration. So one of the things we've learnt from that is that even though some of the kits, the staircases can be at different angles, we did talk about putting a till in, so maybe I'll do the till first. All the furniture in this place is yellow, so I think we will continue that trend. I'm going to zoom out. I'm a little bit nervous about it, but I'm wondering about one of these bricks. And we could kind of make a sort of, it looks like it's been made out of the tree trunk. A quick look and see what the heights are like in this set here. They're definitely more than 2 bricks high. They're more than 2 bricks high, so by 2 bricks I mean, I don't think that looks like too crazy. So it's like a modern till, but I think that's fine. So we should be able to find this part by searching the rest. So it's just one of these basically. Maybe not this specific one. That looks close enough. And then I guess you'd have to have that facing away. It's quite high, but then tills are quite high. This is where Chef can help us. He can go behind the till and give us an indication of scale. So yeah, that's quite big. Probably a little bit too high with the till on. We could do a half till, and that would just look a little less intense. We could even put it on that side. It's a bit more out of the way. Yeah, that's nicer. And I wonder if we put like a drawer underneath or something. That's what I want. Yeah, just something like that. That exact piece, 730/70, because I've got some of these lying around, so it's not even like it's a big deal to just throw a little calculator in there. There we go. He's got his calculator next to his till. Right. So he's got a little till, which I actually think is fine. And I'm thinking a 2x2 staircase. Maybe wooden again. We're putting like a little bit of wood in here. I think that's not a problem. Oh, I tell you what would be really cool is the modified plates that have the like the grill. Oh, is it called a grill? It's like a plate with a grill on. Like this. What is this? Tile modified grill. That. So like slats of wood. That's cool. I think that's a cool staircase. Quite steep. Haha, don't do that. Thanks. I think I get the the sort of rough concept in, and then... You know what? This staircase isn't too bad. This staircase, yeah, isn't actually bad at all. I was a little bit worried that this was going to be mental. I think I have to do this, annoyingly. Yeah. But that, I think, gets us up to the top. So that's what it looks like if we just build a staircase straight up. Which, again, I don't hate, but I don't love. I think that's going to need a bit of work. Hang on, was that a Champions League game, Newcastle Celtic? Oh, that was a friendly. Oh, I understand. I understand. Sorry. So this is like an arch. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. This is gonna really improve the staircase aesthetically because we can do that. Or we can do like 2 arches maybe. In fact, if this is the design that we want, why don't we just leave those floating and see if we can achieve the desired effect with this? Because can you look, we can do that. Perfect. We might need to fiddle with this a little bit. Because there's different sloped angles that we can do here. Because there's this one, there's this one. You can see that's like a shallower arch. And then we've got this one that's like really big. So we can have a play around with some of these and see. I wish I was technically better and I knew what I was doing here. But hey, it's about learning. It's about learning and discovering. I'm gonna work it out myself. I'll move this pillar temporarily so that I can get a little bit more of a view of what's going on here, because I think rule of thirds makes me think if I can find a way to get another arch in here somehow, that's gonna look just nicer, basically. I doubt I'll be able to get quite the right piece, but like say this one. Like there. Does look quite good. It's gonna slightly mess up the pattern though if I did do this. But that rule of thirds is just the killer. What's the rule of thirds? Huge being mentioned before, being PC building and lurking. Jesus, hey, no worries. Rule of thirds is just basically that things look better in threes. It's literally, it's pretty. I mean, that's my understanding of it. Things look better if you put them in threes. It's as simple as that. So, if you put some boxes next to each other or whatever, if you put them as a 3, they're gonna look better. It's just one of those weird rules. So the reason I was talking about rule of thirds is because this staircase looked a bit weird until I put the 3 arches in next to each other, and then all of a sudden it looked really intentional. So it just looked like it was fine, basically. Right, we're gonna get 2 plates. Plate. Because we need a bit of plate to get this in here. But can you see that now? That's not where that goes. There you go. Nice. I've heard that earlier when you said this is just Minecraft. I did think that immediately. Yeah. So I'm thinking that this is really cool. Sounds like, oh, third-party Minecraft building. That's funny. That's not what I meant. That is funny. I like that. Yeah, plate. I just need some plate. Are you going to connect the floating bits? Yes, I am. Don't worry, I'm on it. Very much going to do that. I just wanted to get a sense of what it was going to look like. But I think I've got a bit of a problem here with this stair being more of a jump. So I'm going to have to just play around with that. But yeah, the plan is to put, so you see that the staircase will float slightly, but not like it'll all connect up. It will be legit. The theory is that every piece will sort of connect. I don't know if it's going to work 100%. So that jump is 3 plates, is it? No, that's 2 off the ground. And then a 3-plate jump to that one. And then that's a 3-plate jump to that one. It's going to be a little flimsy, isn't it? I wish you could lock. There might be a way to do it, but I wish you could like lock layers in and then say like, no matter what I do, don't move or delete this layer. So that goes there. Yeah, that's definitely not high enough. So for that to work, I'm going to have to put 2, and then it starts to become a little flimsy. But then again, you know, sometimes flimsy is just what you get, right? See, because I've made that like, is that too much of a jump now? 1, 2. Yeah, that's really bloody annoying. What are we doing anyway? We're building a Lego set. We're taking the old set. Let me change what's in the bottom corner. We're taking this old set here, this restaurant, and we're trying to make it fit in a more modern Lego city. That's the plan. Yeah. So nothing too exciting, nothing like crazy, but. And then we're going to make it for real, by the way, at some point. I think that's the exciting part, right? Isn't it? Hey, yeah, look at that. That's like a functioning staircase. That's really cool. And then maybe we grab this. Sorry, how do I grab multiple? Please be good to me. Be good to me today. Because if this fits here, which I don't think it does it? Does it? The Lego gods kind of have been good to us. It's just a little bit too long, but that's actually easily fixed. That one and that one. And then, oh, we've missed one. That's fine. We've missed 2 actually. But I don't think that's an issue. Because what I'm going to do now is move it all You're just going to go there for now. I'm going to move it all. Ah, this is going to be easier over here, actually. Put that back in. Anyway, we've fixed it. No, why is that piece eluding us? Why is that piece eluding us? That's being weird. Right, right, that's... Okay, so you can see this is now a full staircase. And I think it's cool. It's like a feature in of itself. And we're going to move it one to the right so that we can make sure that this wall comes across here. I can't lie, it would drive me insane that the stairs are not even heights. They are! They are now! Look, hang on. I'm pretty sure I made it... I'm pretty sure I changed it so they were. I'm pretty sure they're all even now. Hard to see. They're even, aren't they? If they're not, I can definitely fix that. So, yeah, let's get fixing. Let's get fixing if they're not even. Unlock. Oh my god! It turns out you can lock things. Okay, cool. Right. Please let me edit this. Please, like, ungroup it. What does this do? I'm so... Oh my god, we are in deep here. Help. Leave me alone. Right. Might be quicker, in all seriousness, to start again. I think that's what I'm going to do. Arch. We need one of those, which apparently doesn't exist in this colour. Exist in any vague form of brown. Reddish? Does it exist in reddish brown? It does exist in reddish brown. Do they all exist in reddish brown? No. Lego! Lego, please. Lego, please. Why do this to me? Why are you doing this to me? Do any of them exist? That piece exists. Great news. What about this piece? Does this piece exist? No. Does this piece exist in any brown? Can I make it so that if the pieces don't exist, they don't appear? Is that what that does? I don't know. Okay. 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 So we can see here what colours are in. We've got a 1x4 and I think a 1x5 arch. Yeah, 1x5 arch. 1x3 arch. We're just gonna have to redesign this staircase, which is annoying. Oh, this one. That's different, isn't it? That's different. No, that's this one. So we basically just need to redesign it again, but using these bricks. This one is maybe this is, it's only one cellar, so maybe that's listed as the wrong color, possibly. That's fine. We can work with this. We can work with this. Oh, who would have thought that building a staircase would be the hardest part of this build? It's all gonna have to be in reddish brown. Oh, according to Bricklink, ungroup is control. I'm gonna have to replace it all anyway, but actually it would help me with the design work. Control U. Control U. Oh, you're an angel. Thank you, Jasmine. Shout out to Malem Dotter. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Control U. Control U. Control U. I thought I was being so clever grouping everything. Right, so that's now... No, that's not right. That's not right at all. Oh, but this is actually fine. Yeah, this is actually fine. Because the bottom one, that can be a little wonky. That's fine. Yeah, we've created a new problem though, haven't we? This is easily fixed, right? Like this one here is easily fixed because it just depends on where we put this one. So not a bother at all, because if we put that one like there, for example, which I'm not even sure we'd want to do. Oh, here's a controversial idea. What if we like did this go in the other direction? So it like connects like that? Is that crazy? Or another option is we move these out of the way and instead we use another one of these at the top. I don't know how that's going to work with the order that we want everything in. Love that. Right. Enough of this meddling. So part of the problem is that we've got these jumps here. Like this jump here. I think this jump is part of the problem because it's too big. But if we were to... We're just going to get rid of everything. That's not what I meant to get rid of. Keep that. Thank you. So if we were to put that there, we can make this... we can make the gap here smaller. And then we don't care so much about a big gap over this way. You know, there's probably a staircase, like a staircase design that I could have imported that would have made this a lot quicker, but you know, here we are. Say we do this. We put that there. Like that. God, that's such a huge jump. But as we mentioned earlier, we can lift this. That doesn't cause much of a problem. It doesn't cause much of a problem to lift that. And then that can go there without much bother. And that gives us the 2 jump gap we're looking for, but we then can't achieve that 2 jump gap with this one because of the angle on this slope. So we would need this one. We'd need this one to be a lot higher for this to work, which then creates the new problem down here. I tell you what, someone that was a little bit better at spatial stuff would be able to figure this out better. Hi, Frank. We love you, Frank. Are you biting the cable? Because that would be bad. That's the correct height. But that's not going to work for this one. I love cats, right? Like he's come and sat here and then he's like annoyed that I'm in his way. So by doing that, we've sort of lost the steeped advantage of that one. But I guess we just have to deal with it. And we've kind of created a a whole new world of problems that we'll have to deal with in a minute. There's definitely like a 1x2 curve. A 1x2 curve. There's definitely, where is it? Jimmy's not alive. It's in here. I think it is hard to do some of this stuff virtually rather than when you've actually got the pieces in front of you. Is it a slope? Is it an inverted slope? Is that how we describe it? It's basically this, but upside down. Like that. Like that, basically. Not basically, literally that. So we could use that, and that would give us the illusion of the slope getting more and more. So if we put that there maybe, or even just here, you can see that that's going to give the illusion. Yes, now we're cooking with gas. And then, oh yes, that's the right distance. Look, jump. Ho ho ho. Ho ho ho. And then that looks like it might be the right distance as well. Fingers crossed. Is that? Yes, it is. Ah! Yes! Look, we've got consistent staircase right now. And then we put that there. No, we put that. Yes! Come on!
One of the great cut shocks of all time.
I'm not even sure I hate it being a different colour either. I quite like it being a different colour. Now, obviously, the problem we have is that we're not the right height. So we've not quite won. We've not quite won everything, but we're getting there. Is that the right height or is that too high? I need a brick to test it. What I don't like about that is that it's ruining the... Oh, we're halfway there. Right, select all of this. All of this. And now we know we can ungroup. We can just make that one group. So, holy banana cakes. That goes in there. And we need... what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a plate here. I'm just going to get some white plate. Right, so that is going to help us. And you can see we're not that far off now. So if we do want to get to this height, we're going to have to... How many more layers do we have? We're going like... We've got to go... Oh, I can't be bothered. There's a way to work that out, but I can't be bothered. We're going to ungroup that. Ungroup. And then we're going to grab that. That's taken us really close to where we need to be. So I think we might be good actually here. Seriously. That's the right distance, isn't it? Yeah, the staircase has been maintained. So it turns out we were good. We were golden. We were good the whole time. There you go. Look at that. Amazing. Put that back. We're halfway there. Oh, we've made a start. Okay. Right, I'm going to temporarily move you out of the way. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'll put you back in a minute. Right. This is so that I can do this. Thank you. Right, and then we'll put this back. I can't even remember how I had this now. I think like that. No, I think like... This was definitely on the edge. It must have been like this. Really? Did I have it like that? Group! Staircase! Holy crap, we've done it. Get rid of that. We've built a staircase. A functioning staircase. A functioning wooden staircase. I think that's all it needs to be. Yeah! Look at that! God, it's taken us hours though. It's 10:30. I'm thinking, by the way, this bit here is going to be maybe a different colour brick. I'm not 100% on that yet. But we've got a staircase in. And we've done some work on this. What we might need to put in here, though, is a modified brick. Then I can put a painting on the wall there. I think that will look great. I'm really proud of that, genuinely. The chef is a unit. Yeah, he's a chunky boy. He's a chunky boy. I'm learning the software. This means printed bricks. That's what this means now. See, I know what I'm doing. So like, we can grab this. No, 2 by 2. 2 by 2, please. 2 by 2 tile. 2 by 2 tile with a picture on. A picture of Africa. A picture of anything. There we go, that'll do. And they're like, this piece doesn't exist. Does that piece exist? No. I mean, do any of these pieces exist? That exists. We can have a fire brigade. Because look, we can have a painting on the wall now. Maybe not quite there. But like there. Look at that. Maybe over a little bit. Like that. Yeah. Africa. Gotta bless the rains down in Africa. That plant doesn't go there, you know. Just realised that plant is not going to fit there. But that's fine. It needs to go the other way so that its flower's not sticking through the glass. Look. I think that's going to be it for today. And then we'll build the rest of this next stream. But I really enjoyed this, and it was really fun having you guys part of it. It would have been a little bit miserable on my own. I hope you all have a wonderful week. I will see you soon. It's been great to have you along.